Hello everybody, welcome back to session number 4 of our KS1 Athletics Club. Today, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be looking at some different types of jumping. So we've already done standing long jump, we did that in our very first session. Today, we're going to look at some speed bounce as a warm-up, then we're going to move on to some triple jump and try and perfect our technique to make sure we can jump as far as we possibly can. And then at the end, we'll have a few little challenges for you to take part in at home. Okay, so to begin with, we need to start off with our warm-up. So, for our warm-up, we're going to be doing some speed bounce today. For this, I have a proper speed bounce mat at home. I don't expect you to have one of these. So, if you have a cushion or anything that you can just put in between you and you have a nice big area that you can jump over something, that's fine, just use that. So for this, I've got my speed bounce mat. You just need something that you can put in between you, a small area that you can jump over. So, all you're going to do for 30 seconds, we're going to go for, all you need to do is just jump over your object, jump to the other side, jump back. Every time you go over, that is 1 point. So that'll be 1, 2, 3. I'm going to keep going as fast as I can for 30 seconds. Then you're going to come back to the video and we're going to go through the proper technique of how you can try and beat that score next time. So just for a quick warm up, 30 seconds, speed bounce over your object. 1, 2, 3. Keep going for 30 seconds as fast as you can and count your score every time to see what you finish off with. Okay, so now you've had a quick go at that for maybe 30 seconds. We're now going to go over the correct technique, so hopefully you can try it again and beat your score this time. So, that time, you did it for 30 seconds, you've got your first score. This time we're going to do it again, but try and do it better and properly this time. So you're going to start with your knees slightly bent. This helps to increase your power, just like when we did our standing long jump club on the very first week. We bent our knees to help ourselves increase our power. This helps me to jump higher so I can get over the object in the middle, so I can get over it quicker, more powerful, so I can get more jumps in. I'm going to keep my back nice and straight. This just helps me keep myself upright so I don't lose balance, because if I lose balance, I'm going to fall over, that's going to slow me down and I'm going to get less score. So keeping my back nice and straight, knees slightly bent, feet together at all times. I'm not going to jump like this because that wouldn't count, that would be cheating, so I wouldn't get any points for that. My feet need to land together and take off together for me to get 1 point. So feet together, knees slightly bent, back straight, going over it, both feet at the same time, keeping myself balanced. If you're feeling quite comfortable with doing that and the points I've just said, you can try to start twisting your hips. If you twist your hips the way you're jumping, you're gonna get higher score. So if I twist my hips the way I go, twist my hips inwards the whole time, it's gonna help me to go a lot quicker and I can get my score a lot higher. So you're gonna now go for another 30 seconds. You're gonna try and beat your score from before, remembering feet together, knees bent, back straight, twisting your hips in the whole time, getting your score as high as possible. Okay, so now you've had a go at that, you might have had more than one go, that's absolutely fine. Hopefully you beat your score from the first time when you did it. That would show that you've used the correct technique that time, you've improved. If you want to keep going with that and have a few more goes, that's absolutely fine before you move on to this bit of the video. But now what we're going to do is we're going to move on to triple jumps. We've done standing long jump, we've done speed bounce. They're two different varieties of jumping. Now we're going to move on to another jumping technique, which is our triple jump. In the triple jump, the clue is kind of in the name, triple, there's 3 different stages to this jump. So we're gonna break it down into our 3 different stages. So the overall first bit of what the triple jump is a hop, a step, and then a jump. I take off from 1 foot, hop, step, jump, and I finish on 2 feet. Again, just like our standing long jump that we did the very first week, wherever I land, I must record my score from the back of my heel. That's where I finish from. The back of my heel is where my score is. Okay, so for this next bit, you're gonna need 1 marker, just like the standing long jump, you're gonna need 1 cone or marker to take off from. I've got a few more here, I've got 3 other ones here. They're just gonna be to mark down my scores of what I get. So, for the very first bit we're gonna do, you're gonna need 1 marker. We're just gonna practice our hops. So the first bit of our triple jump is the hop. So you're gonna start 1 foot, preferably your stronger foot, of course. In our standing long jump video, we did go over landing and taking off from 1 foot and 2 feet. So for this, you might want to go back and have a quick recap of that if you want to. If you don't remember, all we did was we're going to jump on 1 foot, we're going to land on 1 foot, we're going to bend our knees slightly to control it, because if I lose my balance and I fall over, that's my standing long jump finish, that's my triple jump, sorry, finished, and I won't get another go. So it's really important you bend your knee when you land so you've got that balance to make sure you don't fall over. So starting again, bending my knee slightly to get myself more power when I take off. Remember, we need to jump up and forwards. We can't just go up because otherwise I'll go nowhere. I can't just go forwards because, again, I won't go nowhere. I need to go up and forwards to get maximum power, maximum distance. So, bending my knee slightly, back nice and straight, making sure I'm balanced. I'm going to start onto my strong foot, land on my strong foot, bend my knee slightly, and stop there. I'm going to keep doing this. I'm going to have 4 or 5 goes at this. So I'm just going to keep taking off. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to take off, land. When I feel really comfortable with that, I can now start to mark my score down. So, ready? I'm going to jump, land, back of my foot, remember? Oh, if I can stay still. There we go. Then I'm going to go back to my starting marker, which was this one here. I'm going to take off from one foot. I'm going to try and beat my original score. There we go. If I beat it, I'm going to move my cone slightly forward to the back of my foot. If I don't beat it and I land just before, there's no point moving it because we want to keep our score as good as possible. So I'm going to give it one more go. Big jump forwards. I'm going to move it slightly forwards just over here. I'm going to go again. Ready? One foot, knee bent, back straight. I'm going to jump, keep myself balanced, arms out to support me. Move it forwards, and that's how far I go. So give that quite a few goes just to perfect your hop. Moving on now, we've done our hop, the next bit is our step. This bit is a bit harder to try and maximise our distance. We're still going to give it a go anyway, because the further distance we get with the individual parts, when we put them all together, it's going to be a lot longer our overall jump, and we're going to get a better score at the end. So ideally for this you would have different coloured markers. I've got just blue ones here. Just important you remember which one was for what. So my blue one there, this is my starting marker. My blue one there was for my hop. And now I'm going to take another marker from my pile. So I've got one more for my step, and the last one's going to be for my jump at the end. So the step in the standing long jump, it's just like a normal step in real life. You're going to hop, and you're going to step onto your other foot, then jump onto 2 feet. That's how it goes. So hop, step, jump. For this, what you're going to do is we're going to actually go with putting the 2 bits we've done already together. So we're going to go with the hop and the step and see how far we can get. So we're going to hop exactly where I got my last hop, so that's perfect. If I beat it, even better. Then I'm going to step onto my other foot. Then I'm going to place my cone down at the back of my foot, and I'm going to go back and give that another go. So if that explanation wasn't great, all we're going to do here is we're going to put the step and the hop together. So we're going to start with the hop that we did at the start and progress onto the step. So we need to maximise our distance. I'm going to try and beat that score. So my second cone there is my hop and my step together. Ready? So just like before, knee bent, back straight, hop, step. Again, I need to make sure when I land on my step, I'm balanced. Because this time I'm going onto my weaker foot, my foot that I'm not as comfortable on. So I need to go onto my other foot, making sure I'm balanced. I might keep my arms out just to make sure I'm balanced, so I don't fall over. Because control and balance with this is the most important thing to make sure that you don't fall over. Are we ready? Right. So hop, big step, cone down. Sorry, that's the cone I needed. That's my fault. I'm going to leave this one. That's for the end. Ready? Hop, big step. Didn't beat my score that time, so I'm going to go back. I'm going to give it one more go to try and beat my score. Big hop and a step. There we go. So now I can move my cone forward, and then we're going to move on to the last bit that we're going to do. Okay, so now we've done with the hop and the step. The last part to our triple jump, so the last bit we have to complete here, is the jump at the end. So the jump, you're going to take off from your weaker foot, and you're going to land on 2 feet together. Again, really important when you take off, bending your knee, back straight, big jump, land on 2 feet. Bend your knees slightly, just to control yourself so you don't fall over. Remember, if you land like this, we're going to take the distance is going to be taken from the back foot. So it's important you land with both feet together, about shoulder width apart, so you've got your balance, knees bent, good control, and then you can record your score. So this time you're going to pick up your last marker that you have. So I've got one for my hop, one for my hop and step. This time I'm going to get a marker for my hop, step and jump, which is my triple jump, and I'm going to complete it. So I'm going to take off from my marker here. I'm going to take off from one foot. Ready? I'm going to go from my strong foot onto my strong foot. Big hop, balance, make sure I'm nice and controlled. We're going to go slow for it this time, and then when we do it properly, you're going to go nice and quick through these steps. So I'm going to control myself so I don't fall over. Big step onto my other foot. Oh, not falling over. I'm going to take off from my right foot onto both feet. Bend my knees, make sure my landing is nice and controlled so I don't fall over, and that's my score, my furthest blue cone. I definitely should have used different coloured cones, but that's my fault. So, ready? One foot, left foot, because I'm left footed, onto my strong foot, onto my right foot, big jump onto 2 feet, beat my score, I can move it forward. We're going to give that another go. I'm going to try and speed it up now and go a little bit quicker. Ready? So, hop, step, jump. Oh, I didn't beat my score that time. This time I'm going to pick up these cones just to move them out of the way because they're confusing me as well. Just going to move these over here. Ready? I need to try and beat that score. So, left foot to left foot, balance onto my right foot, balance, big jump, and I beat my score that time. So I'm going to move my cone forwards. I'm going to give it one more go to try and beat my score. So, starting, hop, balance, step, balance, big jump. That time I didn't quite beat my score. So that's about the distance I got. Remember, when you put all three parts together, you can start to go a little bit quicker. You don't have to go as slow. You can literally just go hop, step, jump as far as you can, nice and quick. The quicker you go, the more momentum you'll have to carry yourself forward to go even further. So I'm going to go hop, step, jump. The quicker you go, look at that, I smashed my score that time. The quicker you go, the more momentum you carry forwards, so the bigger your score will be. Okay, so now what you're going to do, now you've had a good go at that, I hope you had quite a few attempts at that and you saw your score improve over the amount of times you did it. That's the main aim, that's what we're trying to do. So we're starting, not knowing the technique. By the end, we know the technique and we're trying to improve our score as much as we possibly can. So give that a good few go to try and get your score as far as possible. This time I've picked up all of my cones, I've got one in my hand, I've got my marker that I started from the whole time. So we're going to keep that there, we're not going to move that. I've got this cone that I'm going to use to measure. So only one cone you need this time and one marker, whatever you might have at home, socks, whatever you want to use, just to use as a marker. So this time, just have a little bit of fun as a bit of a challenge. Rather than starting from just this position here, you can have a little run up, as long as you don't take off from in front of the cone. So if I run and then I take off from here, that wouldn't count because I've taken off from in front of the cone, so that score wouldn't count. So I have a little run up, and then I'm going to hop before the cone, step, jump. Remember, the higher and the quicker you go, the further your overall score is going to be. So ready? I'm going to do mine properly this time, measure my score. So I have 5-step run up, hop, step, jump, and I'm going to stop there. Place my cone down. This time you should be able to get a lot further because you had a run up, you've got more momentum carrying you forward. Ready, I'm going to have another go, so 5 steps. Hop, step, jump. Got a lot further that time, I'm going to move it forwards. I'm going to keep having a go at this and try to get as far as I possibly can. Ready, one more go for me. Hop, step, jump. I'm going to move my score forward slightly. And that is where I'm going to finish. So you're going to have a slight run up this time, try and get your score as far as possible, remembering what we've done before. So when you take off from your hop, knee bent, making sure you're balanced, step onto your other foot and finishing on 2 feet, measuring from the back of your heel for your score to count.